Dog days of summer, not for the Iceman. Jesse Schule turns up the heat. His record for the last 3 years, just in July and August, is an incredible 269 and 179, up $23,307. While some handicappers focus strictly on MLB, Jesse doesn't leave any money on the table. He's one of the best in the business with both CFL football and Major League Soccer. Jesse offers all his money-making moves in his Dog Days of Summer special offer. You can get an access pass through Labor Day weekend for only $199. That's a $497 value. So beat the heat this summer and join the Iceman in this limited time promotion available right now at sportsmemo.com.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Prop Shop. I am Andy Lang from WagerTalk.com, coming off of our third Major League Baseball Play of the Day winner. We got our Play of the Day that is up on WagerTalk.com right now. You can get that play along with all of the other plays for half price. WagerTalk is running a special from now through the rest of July. And the only thing better than winners is winners at half price. Joining me, as always, the great and the profitable Ariel Epstein, the prop queen herself. Ariel, I'm assuming you're back on track from vacation, and then also we have an All-Star break coming up. So thank you so much for joining us. How has the last week been for you?
Last week's definitely had its ups and downs. I had a really good start to the week, going 5-1 on Monday. Then on Tuesday, 2 out of my 3 bets were impacted by rain. One starter ended up having to get through 2 rain delays. Another game got postponed. Gladly didn't play that postponed game yesterday because Josiah Gray ends up with 7 strikeouts. Just certain pitchers, even if your game gets postponed, things are very different, Andy, and that's why you can't just take a postponed game from Tuesday night and bring the same stats into Wednesday. Gray tends to pitch better in the daytime, so I ended up staying off the strikeout prop under 5.5 like I liked 2 nights ago. It's just something that you have to keep an eye out for when games get postponed. Don't always think that it's the same game the next day.
I can't remember the last time I've won a bet because of the rain. Rain is never a good thing. It's never been like, whoo, thank God it rained and we got a reprieve and we got to know. It's always like, oh, of course it rains. We're gonna easily win that.
The only time that it's good if it rains, Andy, is if you have a strikeout prop under and the pitcher gets pulled early because there was a rain delay and they don't want him coming back out. Hasn't happened to me. I haven't been that lucky yet. Usually they send my guy back out and he goes over, or they keep sending him out and he still can't go over because he keeps getting impacted by rain delays and I have an over. I guess if you see rain in the forecast, try to bet an under and hope it hits.
So true. So true. We've never won those, but boy, we've lost them.
Yeah. Funny how that happens.
We call this the 15 minutes of winners, so let's get right into it. Ariel, you got a great slate of props for today. So you go first. Tell us what you got. Very excited to hear these.
First, I did have 4 that I sent in to the producers. Unfortunately, the Minnesota Twins right-hander Sonny Gray, his strikeout prop dropped from 5.5 to 4.5. I like the under 5.5. Now that it's 4.5 around every book I've seen, I'm just not even going to talk about it. Going over to the Yankees left-hander NESTOR CORTES, I like his over 5.5 strikeouts tonight. He's up against the Cincinnati Reds, who have the 12th highest K rate against left-handed pitchers. Lefty starters are averaging just over 5 strikeouts a game when up against this Reds lineup. Cortez has not only gone over this number in majority of his home games. Cortez has gone over the number in 3 out of 4 games that he's faced a team with a top 15 K rate against lefties. 4 of the last 5 left-handed starters have gone over this number against Cincy. I'm going over 5.5 strikeouts on Nasty Nestor tonight. Another strikeout prop, it's the Boston Red Sox right-hander, Kutter Crawford, one of the best names in baseball. I mean, come on, you're a pitcher and your name's Kutter. That's ridiculous. Over 4.5 strikeouts, it's juiced at minus 155. However, there are spots. I grabbed a minus 146. If you could get it for minus 150 or lower, then you're in a good place here because he's gone over this in 3 out of 4 games or 3 out of the 4 games this season. 6 of the last 7 games at the Trop against the Tampa Bay Rays, a right-hander's gone over this number. The Rays have the 3rd highest K rate against right-handed pitchers, with righty starters averaging just over 5 strikeouts a game. Right-handed starters are also 33-21 over under their K prop this year against this Rays lineup. I like Crawford over 4.5 strikeouts against Tampa Bay. Lastly, Cleveland Guardians right-hander Triston McKenzie. I'm taking his over 5.5 strikeouts. This one's around minus 115. McKenzie has gone over the number in 5 of 6 games where he's faced a team with a top 15 K rate. He's got the team with the 5th highest K rate against right-handers, and that's the Detroit Tigers tonight. They averaged just over 5 strikeouts a game when up against a righty starter. I'm going McKenzie over 5.5 strikeouts. He had 11 in one of his games against Detroit last season, Andy.
My biggest takeaway from those is you're right. Cutter is just a fantastic name for a pitcher.
I mean, come on, you're destined to be a pitcher.
At least they didn't name him Curveball. Then he really has limited career choices. It cracks me up every time, mostly because I'm a child. There's a golfer whose last name is Shank, and I I chuckle every time he has a bad shot because it's like, and Shank has shanked it. He really did it to himself. All right,
it's all great. It's great.
I've got some props I'd like to throw at you here. I'm going to start off with a little obscure one. I'm going to go with CJ CRON. Will have an RBI. He's had an RBI in 2 out of his last 3 games. He's 7 for 15 against Snell with 5 RBIs lifetime. So he has 67 RBIs this season, and 51 of them are at home. So obviously he does a lot of damage in Colorado. No surprise there. The total for this game is 11.5. So the books are telling us we're expecting a ton of runs. I expect this to be a home run, runs fest. So give me CJ CRON at a really good price to have an RBI. We've cashed this one at least once on this show, maybe twice. I'm going to go with Johnny CUETO over 17.5 outs. He's gone over this total in 3 straight games, and this is not just a short-term streak. He's gone over in 9 out of 11 games this season. He pitched against Minnesota on July 4th. He went 6 full innings, and last night they had 3 relievers pitch 1 or more innings. So if he's pitching even remotely decent, I think they leave him in, and he's had good track record against Minnesota. So give me CUETO over 17.5 outs. And I'm going to go Victor Robles over half a hit. Listen, he's facing Kyle Wright, who's had a really good season, but he's 3 for 6 against Wright, and he's coming in with a 3-game hit streak. He has a hit in 6 out of his last 8 games, and it's only minus 120. So I think it's a really, really good price. Now, he doesn't play every game, but they had a doubleheader yesterday. He sat out one of them. He played in one and had a hit, so I expect him to play today. And I got to say, Ariel, one thing about these props that you've probably noticed this, but the outs, I'm really enjoying playing these pitchers on the outs, and it's so important to look at how many relievers did the teams use on these. I don't know. I know you and Mid-Major Matt do a great job with your spreadsheets and everything. How hard do you look at some of these pitcher props based on the just the bullpen usage the game before?
Especially the outs market, it is really beneficial to be able to look and see which bullpens utilized way more of their pitchers the night before. I was talking to Mid-Major Matt about it because he's one of the first few people that I saw doing the outs market. I've really only focused on strikeout props. However, the outs market has actually proven to be pretty profitable if you play it right. Matt said he's won a few bets in a row just by looking at the bullpen usage from the night before, seeing which pitchers are going to have to go the distance because their managers are going to be a lot less quick to pull the trigger. Unfortunately, yesterday, there were a few fluky ones. The Miami Marlins starter, Pablo Lopez, the Rockies starter, Chad Kuhl, they weren't even pitching that poorly, and their managers pulled them. This is a really weird week, this week and the week after the All-Star break. See, I would think that a manager, Andy, would likely keep their pitchers in before the All-Star break because why not? It's probably their last start before going into a week off. Then coming out of the All-Star break, it's a little bit difficult because they had a week off. Are the managers going to keep people on a tight leash? Are they going to use their bullpen more next week after the All-Star break because they don't want to burn players' arms after a week off? These are all just different questions that make this week and the week after the All-Star break, at least for the first start for each pitcher, something to just proceed with caution with until their second go-around.
Yeah, bankroll management, very, very key, especially when you look at some of these parts of the season. So make sure you're looking at bullpen usage and make sure you're treading a little bit lightly, as Ariel has pointed out the week before, week after All-Star break. Ariel, thank you so much. Tell the people where we can find you at.
Definitely check out Yahoo Sportsbook all over social media and the Yahoo Sports app. You can download it on your phone, sports.yahoo.com. I'm on Twitter at Ariel Epstein or Instagram, Ari Epst. My MLB Network show pregame spread is not going to be back until next Friday after the All-Star break, back to 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're on every day that's not an All-Star break, I guess. So just check us out starting July 22nd again.
Well, enjoy the All-Star break. We'll see if we're doing a show next week. I hope to do something with you. It's always a pleasure. Ariel Epstein, the prop queen, thank you so much for joining us. I am Andy Lang from WagerTalk.com. MLB play of the day is up right now. It is half price, only $12.50. All these plays throughout the rest of July. We have cashed each of the last 3 nights on our play of the day. Go grab that. Ariel, thank you so much. Good luck, everyone. Let's have a profitable Thursday, and we will see everyone next week on Prop Shop.
Dog days of summer, not for the Iceman. Jesse Schul turns up the heat. His record for the last 3 years, just in July and August, is an incredible 269 and 179, up $23,307. While some handicappers focus strictly on MLB, Jesse doesn't leave any money on the table. He's one of the best in the business with both CFL football and Major League Soccer. Jesse offers all his money-making moves in his Dog Days of Summer special offer. You can get an access pass through Labor Day weekend for only $199. That's a $497 value. So beat the heat this summer and join the Iceman in this limited time promotion available right now at sportsmemo.com.